Hello everyone, my name is Mutiara Salsabila, a student in the Management Study Program, Faculty of Economy and Business, Jakarta State University. It is a great honor for me to present my thesis entitled Robustness Analysis as a Determinant of Firm Value using PBV and Tobinski. Since I'm presenting the result of my data analysis this time, I will go straight to presenting the finding I have obtained. First, descriptive statistic. This slide presents the descriptive statistic of all research variable based on 8 observation. First, the average PBV value is 1,11, indicating that on average the market value these companies slightly above their book value. Similarly, the average Tobinski is 1,06, suggesting that the market value of these companies is also slightly higher than the replacement value of their asset. Regarding profitability, the average ROE is approximately 10,92%, indication that the company generally generate a moderate return for shareholder. For capital structure, the average there is 21,40%, while the dividend payout ratio average 36,32%. An interesting finding is that both DARE and DPR have relatively high standard deviation compared to their means. This indicates considerable variation in financing and dividend policy across the sample company. Finally, the COVID dummy variable has an average value close to 0,50, indication that the observations are almost equally distributed between the pandemic and non-pandemic period. Overall, this descriptive statistic demonstrate that the sample contains sufficient variance for panel data analysis. Before estimating the regression model, it is necessary to determine the most appropriate panel data model. For the PBV model, the Chow test product probability value below 0,05 indicates that the FEM in preferred over the CHAM. Similarly, is Hausman test also generate a probability value below 0,05, suggests that the FEM is more approach than the RAM. The same procedure was applied to the Tobinski model. Again, both the Chow test and Hausman test support the selection of the fixed effect model. Therefore, the fixed effect model was chosen for both firm value proxy because it effectively captured the unique characteristics of its company that remain constant over time. This result suggests that firm-specific character play an important role in explaining firm value within the property and real estate sector. This slide summary the result of the classic assumption test. First, the normality test indicates that the results are normally distributed. Second, the multicollinearity test show that all variance inflation factor value are below 10, indicate that there is no serious multicollinearity among the independent variables. However, the heteroscedasticity test and autocorrelation test reveal significant problem in both models. To overcome this issue, I estimate the final regression model using cluster robustness standard error group by company. This approach corrects both heteroscedasticity and autocorrelation simultaneously, ensuring that the estimated standard error, the statistic, and significant test remain random. Therefore, the final regression result present in this study are statistically valid. The present to you. This slide presents the estimation result from the main model. Overall, this finding imply that capital structure and firm size are the only variables shown statistical significance in the PBV model. After estimating the model using PBV, I conduct a robustness analysis by replacing the dependent variable with Tobinsky. The indicacy that firm size is the only variable that consistent influence firm value across both estimation model. Overall, this finding suggests that the significance of capital structure depends on the proxy used to measure firm value, whereas the influence of firm size remains stable. The slide presents the goodness of fit result for both regression model. Although both models are statistical significant, the PBV model demonstrates greater explanatory power than the Tobinsky model in this study. Therefore, PBV appears to be a more suitable proxy for explaining firm value in the Indonesia property and real estate sector. This slide summary the result of the hypothesis testing for both firm value proxy. Therefore, the super for the second hypothesis is not consistent across the two firm value proxy. Overall, the robustness analysis indicates that the direction of the relationship remains consistent, but the statistical significance varies depending on the proxy used. This finding is important because it demonstrates that the choice of firm value measure can influence empirical conclusions. And then discuss of hypothesis. Starting with the hypothesis, profitability does not significant influence firm value under either proxy. Overall, these findings are generally consistent with several previous empirical studies, while also highlighting the importance of using multiple firm value proxy. One interesting finding in this study concerns the role of firm size. Finally, although the direction of the coefficient remains consistent across the two models, their statistical significance is not entirely consistent. This indicates that the robustness of the study is perceived primarily in terms of the direction of the relationship rather than their statistical significance. After discussing the empirical finding, I now present the final chapter this study. Thank you.